Welcome to a Wrestlemania week edition of the Take the Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Ernest EJ Christian, coming to you quarantined on lockdown here in studio in South Florida on a line of course by Wrestling Savants. Of course, Mike Vernier. How's your lockdown going, bud? You lost your shit yet?
Lockdown was a really bad TNA pay-per-view for like 7 years. Me, on the other hand, I'm just living the dream.
Okay. And of course, Joe Lopez. New York's pretty bad these days, bro.
Yeah, that's why I'm not there. I got my ass to Maine. And don't worry, I did it before everything. I mean, okay, I can't say I did it before everything got bad because I think things were bad before anyone even knew it was bad. But I did it. I've been in Maine for close to 2 weeks already. And I've basically been staying in. I've definitely not been trying to be patient zero in Maine. But I'm not trying to go back to New York City anytime soon. If any of it still exists in 6 months, I'll gladly go home. But
yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah,
pretty bad these days. All right, so we got.
Hold on. Can we introduce our special guest, Snake Plissken?
Who?
Snake Plissken.
Oh Lord.
Escape from New York.
What's up, bud?
Not much, buddy. How are you, man? Good to be here. I went Snake Plissken last weekend, and gut feeling told me to get out. I got out. And by the time I got to Florida, New York was getting ready for a lockdown.
Yes.
So I've been here now about a week and a half. I'm fine. No worries, no nothing. Just my allergies.
Oh, it's the worst, isn't it?
Oh, dude, coming from like 45-degree weather to 80-degree weather will mess you up.
Oh, no doubt about that, man.
But I'm just glad to be down here. I got my friends, family down here. I had nothing where I was living up in New York, so I just got out of Dodge.
Are you ready for WrestleMania?
Am I ready for WrestleMania? I'll be completely honest with you. With what they've been putting on TV the past few weeks, I really think they should have just waited for this to be over, because even though they're doing a 2 day, it's just there's no fans, there's no crowd, there's nothing to feed off of. The promos are pretty horrible on TV. You know, they're trying to talk to the crowd, but the crowd is not there, and there's just nothing to feed off of. The camera angles are terrible. You know, you could pan away and cut to the crowd, and
you're gonna love my topic when we get to it.
Oh yeah.
I just really think that, you know what? If this was Survivor Series, I get it, dude. This is your Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah. It's the pageantry. It's the pageantry.
Yeah. The pageantry, the introductions.
Mike and I got into a whole argument yesterday about it because I was like, yo, WrestleMania doesn't even matter this year, and I think he was ready to throw a shoe at me.
Well, think about it. All right, what's the one thing that everybody loves about going to WrestleMania? The Undertaker's entrance.
Really? I don't. I don't.
When he's walking down the 3-foot
I'm a
ramp.
minority on that one, dude.
My favorite thing is getting a pizza for $20 at whatever stadium we're at.
Well, yeah, that's true too.
No.
But when you're talking it's the introductions, it's the extra long intros.
Yeah.
Give me.
Like I was.
Now you're looking at. You're looking at like the Undertaker's going to come out in like 38 seconds. Yay!
38 seconds. Time
There
for
was
what?
some thunder.
No, give me.
Maybe he'll come out of the American Badass.
Actually, no. They actually filmed that segment outdoors somewhere. Their match is an outdoor match.
Yeah, it's a burial live match, some shit, right? Or
no, it's a boneyard.
Right,
You
yeah.
don't say burial.
I forgot. I apologize. We're not 1996 anymore. I apologize. Fuck.
Hey, hold on. Before we go any longer, Ernest, I can see your fat head because you have the video part on the. Yeah.
For you.
Hi, fat ass.
And if you're lucky, I'm gonna put my dick out in a second too. I'm joking.
I'm glad the fucking phone. I don't have the video on. Wait.
Ernest, just because the gay dead porno star's career has been revived, doesn't mean that you should start swinging yours around too.
All right, you need to chill. All right. Where's your videos at? You got no video on there? Okay. Anyway.
Hold on.
This works out.
Continue.
Michael.
Okay.
Small hands.
The topic.
Wait, who's that fat guy? Wait, I didn't see the fat guy. Hold on. Who's to the right? Okay.
Jesus.
Where's your beard?
Well, I cut it off a couple of weeks ago. Dude, the barbershop was closed, and I hadn't had my beard touched up in 3 weeks, and I just said, you know what? Start over.
Your beard had corona.
It might have.
Maybe
some Dos Equis in there, too.
Okay. Let's get to the news up real quick. A couple of things real quick. This is going to be all AEW related, obviously, because, they're not going to get any love for the show today. They announced yesterday they'll be doing an 8-man tournament starting next week, right? Coming in April.
Yeah. Oh, is it not this season?
No, it's coming in April. Well, technically tomorrow is April, so it could be tomorrow, too.
Yeah, tomorrow's April 1st.
Maybe it's tomorrow. I don't know. Well, anyway, it's April. This is April, so I'm assuming. Anyway, so...
They'll probably announce the bracket tomorrow if they don't start it tomorrow.
So 8-man TNT Championship Tournament, which I can only assume that this is maybe the mid-card belt, maybe? I don't know. Fellas, what's up?
Yes.
Is it really?
Oh, I guarantee it's an actual title.
About damn time. So they call it the TNT title, I guess?
TNT Championship.
Makes sense. TV title, same thing, right? I mean, runs similar.
Sure.
Lopez?
I'm sorry, I was out for a second. I was getting a call and I didn't hear what you said.
No,
it doesn't matter.
TNT...
I wasn't even trying to be The Rock. I was just like, let's move on.
Anyway, so there's some of the TNT tournament.
Nice!
So.
Nice play!
Let's go Sammy.
Oh, yeah, but did you see the thing?
Let's go Orange Cassidy.
Sam?
I'd be okay with that, too.
Maybe Adam Page, I don't know.
Freshly squeezed. No, he's a champion.
Yeah, that's true. All right,
Put it on somebody who doesn't have a title. Put it on, like, Sean Spears.
Yeah. All right, what's the other one? You actually post something also, too, about tomorrow, Joe, about AEW filming Dynamite and Dark in an undisclosed location. So, obviously, that's supposed out of the question. It looks like it.
Yeah, it looks like between today and tomorrow, and like they're filming up for a couple of weeks also, so they don't have to keep going every week, which is it's smart.
From what I heard, they already filmed tomorrow's show. Like I heard that was Moxley and Hager are actually fighting tomorrow, and that's already been filmed.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to know where they're filming it?
Where?
The Hardy Complex.
Where's that?
I'm okay
North
with
Carolina.
that.
Oh.
Like, you'll never know it's that because they could change the lighting.
Of course,
and all that
yeah.
stuff, but it makes sense.
Okay.
He owns his own fucking land. I mean, just fucking bring the production truck, bring some
That's
lighting.
Right. All right, so that's the news stuff for the week, AEW style. There we go. All right, we're going to do something different this week. Normally in the show we do 3 takes. But because of the wacky situation we're in now, and we want to get all our takes out, we have a couple of special takes we want to get out. Plus, we got a pre-WrestleMania. We decided on Sunday we would record a show, not to do a preview. Then all of a sudden we found out we have 14 announced matches for this show. So you know what? It makes sense that even though WrestleMania technically has already happened, it's already been pre-taped. We don't know what's going on, obviously. Let's preview the damn show. Why not? So we'll do all 14 matches. Mike, you have a clock?
Give me 1 second. I'll
No
start the
problem.
clock.
I think there's like 27 matches for the record.
How many?
20.
Like 27.
27. Wait.
I can't count that high.
No. All right, so I have I'll lay it out here. Let's get started on the first. Well, I don't know. Obviously, WrestleMania is a 2-day event this year. I don't know what days each match is going to be. So whatever, we're just going to roll them out as we can. Otis and Dolph Ziggler. I wish they. I'm not sure this has been the case yet, but I wish that they should have made this match the winner against Mandy Rose. Kind of, sort of like George Steele and Macho Man, winner against Elizabeth kind of thing. That'd been a cooler thing, but I guess maybe it's PC culture.
She's not a piece of meat. What are you doing?
It's 2020, you sexist.
Again, we're not 1987.
Yeah, we're putting Andy on a phone.
Well, I mean,
Judy Bagwell.
well, I mean, unfortunately, we're not 1987. Savage and Steamboat, Savage and Steel. So
Okay. First of all, let's be very clear. Mandy clearly is a woman who has worked very hard in her life to not end up on a pole, so let's not do that.
Judy Bagwell on a forklift match.
I'm gonna go Otis here for the feel good. Just cause.
Nah, the heel always wins this one.
I know. Probably so, but I'm praying for the feel good.
All right. My prediction is that the goddamn good name of Otis Dozovich gets his hands on that scumbag Dolph Ziggler. We find out that Sonya Deville is the one that sent the text message. Then he's gonna split up a Fire and Desire, and Otis gets the girl.
Ooh, I like the ankle. I like it. All right, next match here we have you damn phone. Thank you. We have Elias and King Corbin. Battle of SmackDown, of course. I'll go King Corbin. He needs a win. He's been losing a lot lately.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'm gonna wait till my segment to talk about why this is the greatest feud of all time.
What?
But go Corbin.
Okay.
Okay, so you're both taking Corbin.
Yes.
So is Elias dead?
No. He barely has a scratch.
All right, fine. Just because he's coming off of a really good feud that there was no chance he was going to win, and I feel like it's time to finally get the best heel in WWE back on the right track, I will concur, and I will take the King, Patrick Baron Corbin.
All right, you got Aleister Black against Bobby Lashley. I'm a little disappointed in this one only because I thought, I don't know. Obviously, the AJ Taker match is going to happen in the singles, but I wish they made this Aleister Black got more, involved in the Taker angle. I don't know. This is me, but that said, I'll take Aleister Black here.
It may have been that way until I don't know, the entire world shut down.
Well,
and then it made it very. We need like 37 matches to fill all this card time, so we're going to be smart about it. I'm going to take the guy who I think is inevitably going to be the next United States champion, and that is Aleister Black.
Mm-hmm. Joseph.
Nah, I mean, I think they're building Lashley towards a possible world title feud with I guess McIntyre.
You serious?
If there's ever a point where you can feud over the world title again. So I think Lashley's going to actually take this win.
You serious?
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Interesting angle. Okay. Here's a match I'm looking forward to watching, of course. Kevin Owens against Seth Rollins.
Wait, who'd you pick?
Oh, I had Aleister Black. Yeah.
Okay, just so I can write down on the page.
Oh, yes, right. You had the sheet. Right. On the spreadsheet. The official Take 3 Wrestling spreadsheet.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins doing battle. Honestly, I have to go to heel. I have to go Seth Rollins here. I think Seth Rollins will be back in the title picture again after this match. So I'm going to go Seth Rollins this one.
I'm taking Fight Owens Fight because now that the authors of Pain are out indefinitely and Buddy Murphy has fallen back onto his Australian island, the Monday Night Messiah has no one to help him, and I think he's actually going to take some leave after one of these next couple pay-per-views. He's going to get married. So I'm going to take Kevin Owens.
And make babies? You want babies? No, I'm joking.
I don't know about babies. I think Becky is not going to want to take that much time off.
That's right. That's true.
No, baby, you're out for 2 years.
Lopes.
No, as soon as she's pregnant.
Give me Owens too. I think let's have a good guy win.
Eat Owens, eat. Eat Owens, eat. Owens, eat.
John Cena and The Fiend Bray Wyatt. By the way, just for reference sake, I saw that match on WrestleMania 32?
I think 30.
30? Was it 30?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 30. You're right. It was 30. It was 30 for the first time ever. Great match for the record. Loved it. Psychologically speaking, anyway. I'm gonna go The Fiend here. I mean, I think everybody's taking The Fiend in this one, right? I mean, that's.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a Firefly Funhouse match, whatever the fuck that is.
That is true.
That's gonna be some ridiculous television. Is all that's gonna be.
Are they gonna fight in the Firefly Funhouse with a mixture of the Sin Cara mood lighting and the Fiend mood lighting? So that every time something happens, Rambling Rabbit is the guest referee.
Yeah, as long as the puppets are involved somehow, I'm happy.
I like that angle.
If we could get actually like a hologram Husky Harris involved, like to do a run-in, I'm with it.
Where's Curtis Axel?
Well, Fiend though, right?
I'm assuming at home because everyone's at home.
Yeah, I'm taking The Fiend. Formal prediction.
Yeah, same.
The Undertaker, who apparently I didn't watch Raw last night, but apparently he's back to close to the American Badass character again.
And
Definitely
cut
had the
one of
leather
the
jacket
like
and bacon.
What was that, Michael?
cut one of the like 5 best promos of his career last night.
Was that people were raving about the promo last night? I didn't watch it yet, but people were raving about it.
I think it was amazing,
Oh, we
honestly.
check it out tonight, of course. I guess AJ Styles.
I'm going to sarcastically say that it's the second best promo on the show, behind the 45-minute Becky Lynch promo, where she started a promo, led into her winning both titles, and then they finished it with a promo that Shayna Baszler choked her out during. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, Undertaker's promo has probably been the best one they've had on Raw in the last couple weeks because, there's like 3 people in the world that know how to cut a good promo in front of nobody, and I guess he's one of them because he never has anyone in front of him whenever he's cutting promos. I'm going to take The Undertaker.
Me too. No surprise there, of course.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah. All right.
You don't pick The Undertaker to lose at WrestleMania, even the 1 year when he lost. Like, come on.
By the way, this is a what kind of match again? It's a boneyard match?
Boneyard match.
All right. Whatever that is. Okay. Edge against Randy Orton in a last man standing match. This is the match I'm looking forward to the most of the entire event, of course. Give me Edge. I think Edge wins it. I mean, why? I mean, might as well.
I mean, there's no way he doesn't win his first match back in like 100 years.
Edge wins the match, and the next night on Raw starts a feud with the Monday Night Messiah.
Oh.
Ooh.
I like that.
Paying homage to the Edge almost getting curb stomped on the Money in the Bank briefcase from when Rollins was Mr. Money in the Bank.
Interesting. Okay, got it. Intercontinental title match on the line. Sami Zayn and Daniel Bryan again for the IC title. I got Daniel Bryan this one, man. I don't think Sami holds the belt that long, to be honest with you. So, give me Daniel Bryan this one.
I'm gonna take Zayn. I think he gets through some sort of trickery or foolishness.
I'm going to take Sami as well with some chicanery by the man, the myth, the legend, Cesaro. And I believe that this is going to lead to the culmination of Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak getting Chad Gable as part of their faction and reviving Shoot Nation.
What?
Can't they just call themselves Blue Justice? I mean, it's what they're doing.
I'm cool with it being Blue Justice, but I think Yuji Nagata...
Can we get Yuji Nagata? Can we get him for, like, his last 6 months in WWE?
If we get Nagata-san over here, we have to bring Liger with him.
We need more Liger. I mean, and you know what? We need more Liger, man. Come on now.
Don't you dare.
He retired.
Don't you dare just besmirch my legend of Jushin Thunder Liger.
Right. All right.
It's a dream.
We got the Raw Tag Team titles on the line between the Street Profits and now the replacements of, Angel Garza and the replacement for, was it Andrade in this match originally?
Yeah,
Right.
Andrade, he got himself hurt.
And Austin Theory is now replacing Andrade.
Which I think is a great pull, honestly.
Nice little NXT.
But the Street Profits are going to win.
Taking the fall.
Nice little NXT graduation match here. All 4 of these guys were just there not even a year ago. So.
I think Austin Theory is staying in NXT. I just think he's local.
Right.
Makes a lot of sense because you could say that Zelina is going to be like his manager. She may be able to be on both shows or whatever, kind of like what she was doing with Angel Garza. But we definitely found out who's going to take the fall in this match.
I'll also say this, and I think I might have said this last week too, or maybe I just said it over text message, but Austin Theory, to me, did one of the best jobs of playing for the cameras on NXT last week or the week before, whenever it was. So I think it was last week. So I could actually sort of see him maybe getting kind of a decent, like, at least a call up to Raw, or, a call over to Raw, because, he kind of proved himself to be a valuable player at a time when you kind of need it, so props to him. Plus he's really hot.
That being said, Street Profits win this match, of course.
Yeah.
We want smoke.
We want smoke. Alright, we have a fatal 5-way elimination match for the SmackDown Women's title between the following. Bayley.
Wait, is it an elimination match or is it
That's
just
what it says, elimination match.
I think it's just a one fall.
It's elimination. That's how I read.
Oh, really?
I said it red.
Yeah, it does say elimination match.
Yeah.
on Wikipedia.
Yeah, between Bayley.
All
Yeah,
right.
weird. Bayley, Lacey Evans, Naomi, Sasha Banks, and Tamina. I'm going Sasha. I'm going Sasha.
Mike?
I feel like Sasha's the easy answer, so I'm going to go something completely different because, I'm an idiot. I'm going to take Lacey Evans.
All right, I'm going to go no contest because the CDC is going to burst in and be like, yo, you got like 20 people around the ring right now. What are you doing?
All right, CDC, too many people.
Joe, that was good.
Yes.
That was good, dude.
That's my formal pick.
That was good, Joe. Oh, my God. All right, we have the SmackDown tag titles on the line in a triple threat ladder match. This will be interesting here between Miz and Morrison versus the Usos versus the New Day.
I don't think this is actually going to happen this way.
You think it'll change the last minute? Well, they may have filmed it, but...
No, they've kind of talked about it's one member of the Usos versus, like, John Morrison in a ladder match for the titles.
Yeah, it's weird. Why don't they have like one of the New Day in there also?
Why isn't it like Kofi versus Uso versus Morrison?
Right.
Like,
unless maybe
right.
they just
Wait,
didn't
didn't the Miz? Yeah, it's a good point. Didn't the Miz pull out this event too?
Miz was supposedly sick.
Okay.
So they pulled Miz. Usos were mad that Miz was sick, so they pulled the Miz. I don't know what happened between Kofi and E, but everything, the rumor floating around is that this match turned into the Shaman of Sexy, the Prince of Parkour, Johnny insert name here, versus one member of the Usos for the SmackDown tag titles in a ladder match.
Okay.
Well, I think Morrison is gonna win, because why not?
I'm leaning up.
I'm gonna take the Usos because you could have both of them celebrate afterwards.
I mean,
I'll go Mike.
You're assuming that the other Usos in the building. He might not be. It's essential personnel only. If he's not in the match, he might not actually even be there either.
He's essential. He's
day one-ish.
He's not essential if he's not in the match.
Okay. Vince McMahon isn't essential, and he's going to be there.
Vince McMahon is essential. He's basically the director.
No.
Vince is God.
I'm directing this. He's 1-0 against God at WrestleMania.
Uh-huh.
I'll go Usos too.
Ernie,
Just cause.
something
Something different. Yeah, something different. Okay. We have the women's tag titles on the line between the Kabuki Warriors and Alexa Bliss versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first match for the Kabuki Warriors since late December, right? If I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, this is their first title defense since Becky and Charlotte.
That big disaster.
I'm gonna just put this out there. If this wasn't WrestleMania, we have 2 nights to fill, and a whole bunch of talent that isn't appearing. I don't think that this match would be on the show, sadly. Because it's one of the better feuds that's been going on, so I'm really happy that it is. But I think that's the only reason why it actually made it. But also, too, let's go Alexa and Nikki.
Yeah, I'm there, too. Yeah, I think it's on team titles again.
So we're all taking Bliss Cross applesauce?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. The meat of this event here. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's title. I gotta tell you, if this was a regular Mania, I would have taken Ripley to retain. But now with the situation, I actually see Flair winning this title, and then they do this again at SummerSlam if things weren't clear up by then. So I'm gonna go Charlotte Flair.
I think Ripley's gonna win, but I think the smart move would be Charlotte winning. But put me down for Ripley winning because I want to be right.
Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Rhea as well because they seem to put their eggs in that basket.
Okay.
Yeah, but the smarter move would be waiting and putting the title on Charlotte
because of the situation
smarter
too.
Move would put the title on Charlotte, have her blow through the NXT, the PhD, the CHG, the CDC, and NXT. yeah, and then have her lose it back to Rhea at SummerSlam. But yeah, whatever. They won't do the smart thing. They'll do the.
Let me ask you this though: if let's say Shawn was the title on Sunday, do you whatever day they have the match on Saturday or Sunday? Do you see Shawn being pretty active in the NXT TV for a couple months?
I don't see anyone being active on it for a couple of months.
Assuming they go, well, I mean,
something like that.
Curious.
I mean, here's the reality of the situation. If they do put the title on her, and yes, she'll be an integral part of NXT, because she'll be the only one on NXT because it's the Charlotte Flair show.
Right. Okay. All right.
But you're assuming that there aren't any NXT shows in the next couple of months. So that's why I think it's a safe time to put the title on Charlotte, because then you don't even have to worry for the next probably like month to month and a half of whether or not she actually could appear on the show.
Right. Okay. Here we go.
We're in a weird times, folks.
Absolutely. Very weird times. Okay. We have the Universal title on the line between Goldberg against to be announced, obviously because Roman Reigns decided to pull out of the event last week. Now the rumors are that Braun Strowman was a replacement. That's what I've heard on the internet. Not sure that's been confirmed yet, though. What do you guys heard about this?
Yeah, I heard the same thing, and I'm afraid they're going to put the title on Braun. I'm going to pick Braun, but Goldberg should just hold it. This should be in a holding pattern. This is dumb. I don't even like Braun that much, but I guess you really can't complain about not getting paydays now, huh, bitch?
Well, you like Braun post comments last week or before the comments?
No, I don't. I mean, I thought he was an okay guy. I still don't like those comments that he made. And I like that he, in the moment when he was trying to defend himself about his comments, he was like, well, I'm at home not getting paid either. And now he's probably going to actually win the world title on the quote-unquote biggest show of the year. So go shut the fuck up and...
Woo! Get these hands! Michael.
But also, he's my pick.
Okay. First off, one, fuck Vince McMahon.
Ooh.
Second off, two, fuck Goldberg. 3, fuck the people that wanted Goldberg to win the title in Saudi Arabia.
Hello.
4, Braun Strowman wins the Universal title because you can't have the title on a 54-year-old guy who's going to make less appearances than fucking Brock Lesnar. And 5, this spot should have gone to fucking Matt Riddle.
Thank you. I agree.
What?
I am formally picking Braun Strowman, though.
The thing is, I don't see him winning it. But again, everything you said made sense, Mike. I'll go Braun, fuck it, because I don't want Goldberg the whole title beyond this weekend anyway, so screw it. I'll go Braun, it's whatever.
Have Braun lose it fucking the next show to... Who gives a fuck?
Roman.
Shinsuke.
Fine.
Who cares? Anybody but. All right, and finally, the WWE titles on the line between Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre.
What do you mean, finally? You missed, the second most important match on the show.
What did I miss?
Raw Women's title match?
Wait, I skipped that? It's on the list. Oh, shit. I just skipped that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, we also didn't talk about the Vampire and the Man.
Okay. We'll do that one last. Okay. Brock Lesnar against Drew McIntyre for WWE title. I would have said Drew before this stuff happened. The smart move might be to keep it on Brock for a little while longer.
That was definitely the smart move. Put me down for Drew.
Joe, that was good. That was good. No, I think smart move is keep it on Brock a little longer. Give Drew the better rub at the end of SummerSlam, whatever.
But yeah, you are 1,005% correct, and I couldn't agree with you any more to do, which is why, like I said, in the interest of being right and scoring some, because I need to make some up for my CDC pick, I'm definitely going to take Drew as the winner.
All right, well, the timer's up, so I guess we have to make our picks real quick. Craig made an interesting point.
Which one?
He lost last year.
Yeah, Brock lost last year. He's not going to lose 2 WrestleManias in a row. Also, you've built up McIntyre for nearly almost 6 months, and you can't make his biggest victory of his career in an empty stadium.
Hey, Craig.
So like
Craig.
with everything like some of the major titles, I don't think they're going to change hands because you want the pop of the crowd, and hopefully by SummerSlam we could have WrestleMania Part 2.
Hey, I couldn't agree with you more, Craig.
Everybody gets their pop they deserve for winning a title.
Hey, Craig, I could agree with you more. I'm picking Drew. Just because
exactly.
everything says correctly, but WWE, they don't do everything correctly for the record.
Me and Joe talked
I
about
don't
this.
know what the hell they're doing right now, honestly.
Me and Joe have talked about this off air. This is the perfect time if you're WWE that if you want to do it, here's your reset button. Hit it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Put the titles on whoever you want. Get them there however you want them to get there. And whenever you start fucking SummerSlam, you hit the fucking reboot button. Honestly, Undertaker's promo was probably the second best promo last night. You want to know why? Because the best one was cut by Paul Heyman.
Of course, well, Paul Heyman's the GOAT. Come on now.
So, that being said, if I see the title staying on Brock, it's because of that fucking promo, and now it leads to Paul Heyman, and then McIntyre can win it at SummerSlam, or honestly, you could do something completely off the fucking cuff and have somebody else win the fucking title, because, they screwed this up with Braun Strowman fucking however long ago, whenever he was getting shoved down our throats, and all of a sudden they find a way to not fucking put the title on him, so, they could do it all again. But with that being said, I guess I'm going to take Drew McIntyre because, well, I'm an idiot.
All right, last match that I skipped, unfortunately. Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler for the Raw Women's title. This is set perfectly. It's funny. Even though I was saying Baszler even before this whole coronavirus bullshit happened, if it didn't happen, like if this match was played in the stadium, of course, with 8,000 people cheering on, I might have said Becky Lynch last minute. But all this chaos sets up perfectly for Shayna Baszler to win the title.
I agree 100%. I think that she's going to win.
She's sadistic. It's no crowds. It's simple.
Yeah, I think she does win too. And buries Becky.
Well,
that would be interesting.
But the thing that Mike said earlier about the Seth Rollins thing, the angle going away for a little while, same situation with Becky Lynch. She goes away for a little while after this match, comes back maybe in July, August, and a new rematch. And who knows?
Okay, so
yeah, I mean,
the thing I've taken away from this whole story, and you guys can correct me if you think I'm wrong, that's fine. The big thing that needs to transpire is I don't care who it is. Somebody talk to fucking Shayna Baszler.
Yeah, for real.
Talk to her about what?
Hot trash on the mic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Put Paul Heyman with her and have Heyman be the mouthpiece for the two best fighting champions in WWE. The Conqueror. The one in 21 and 2. See what I did there?
I agree with you.
He lost to Roman. So it doesn't make sense anymore. The reigning. Defending. Yeah, I'm taking Shayna.
And by the way, your point about, I said it to somebody a couple days ago about, she might need a mouthpiece going forward.
Yeah, who's the perfect one? I don't know. The guy who runs Monday Night Raw.
Yep. Maybe it's in the making. Maybe it's in the making. Who knows? I don't know. But there's WrestleMania predictions there. We'll see how we do next week on the show. All right. Now, the takes that we wanted to do bring to the show. Who should go first? I feel like Joe's. Mike, what was yours again? Your take again?
Mine is the lack of crowd going to affect duration of story.
Yours should go first,
so,
I think, because it connects to this one here.
I actually think we should go with that right now because that leads, we just talked about WrestleMania, which, I mean, we talk about leading right into the topic. I mean, the whole point here is we have a WrestleMania that's about to happen in 3 days, a show that, we're being told and we've been obviously conditioned to think of as the most important show in all of pro wrestling. And yet, it's kind of hard to feel that way right now, in my opinion. And on top of that, it's weird to think, what are you doing? Where are you going right now? Mike, I'll let you take over. I'm sorry.
I mean, I was just going to let you go.
Well, clock's running, so we're good.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm in control.
Oh, yeah,
of the
okay.
clock. What do you mean?
I got a backup clock in case.
Don't clock me. Don't clock me, bro. I'm trying to find the exact wording of it so I can express the question in the form that I put it on Sunday when we were going to actually have a show until Joe fell asleep, and then it just became a shit show.
Joe fell asleep.
I mean, he did. He did.
No, he did.
Not
I was up from 6 o'clock in the morning. Some of y'all have children. Some of us have 22-year-old friends. We have to wake up to get ready for work.
I was awake till at least 2, 3 in the morning. To be honest with you.
Jesus,
Watching The Office.
I mean,
Eating.
You know,
and
why
eating
I
too.
Joke because I was trying to.
Yeah.
And eating too.
All right, God damn it, where's this fucking thing at? This is gonna annoy the shit out of me. Okay, my topic is, quote, is the lack of no audience going to make shows suffer to get finishes they want in front of crowds? A la the fact that AEW decided to move Blood and Guts, so now you're gonna have the guys feud with each other for how long to get to that point? So yeah, I guess my question is do you think that the lack of audiences and the lack of having people in attendance going to make shows drag out their storylines so that they can get certain reactions for certain things in front of live audiences? And if they do, how bad do you think the show itself is going to suffer?
Oh, I think they will. I think they will drag. I think they will drag out. I think they'll drag as much as they can, and put filler. Because there's certain things I'm sure they want to do that's going to probably require some reaction or participation, whatever it may be, even small things. And I think they're going to try to do as much as they can to put in filler. That's why I think promos are a big deal. That's why WWE's putting in all these old matches to fill in time. You know what I mean? I think they would.
But okay, here's my question to you, Ernest.
Yeah.
Right? Because AEW Blood and Guts is like the perfect example in this situation. Mm-hmm. Now, do you think that they need to keep promoting it, and eventually, when we're back in front of audiences, do the Blood and Guts match as advertised? You know, Inner Circle versus random members of the Elite and Matt Hardy. Do you do that? Or like, in my opinion, I think at this point they should probably just be like, hey guys, look, that match just isn't happening. And at some point down the road, we promise we will do I can't believe it's not War Games, and we will totally have fun with it, but we're not going to promise you it's going to be the Inner Circle versus the Elite, because we can't promise you that's going to be the match in who knows how long, in 3 months, in 6 months. Like, that makes a lot more sense to me than being like, let's keep promoting this match as eventually going to happen, because then you get stuck in a very weird holding pattern. And when we already are in a very weird holding pattern.
I'll be honest with you, I think they're better for people to forget about it at some point.
Yeah, I mean, unless they keep reminding us.
I mean, I haven't heard anything about it last week. Ever since they said it's not happening anymore, at least right now. We heard that one announcement from Tony Khan last week, and after that, no mention of it since then. Now it's a tournament now. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, true.
That's why that tournament.
We need distraction. You need to cause chaos.
Yeah.
Cause distraction. Hey, tournament, title tournament. You know what I mean? Like, in fact,
I'm not disagreeing.
No, go ahead.
I feel personally that it's going to be a very big hamper on things, because I feel that the issue that they're going to run into is not only AEW, but obviously with WWE. If they keep the title on guys like Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, so that they can get the pop for the crowd, it's doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I feel like you've honestly, and this is the thing, you've built Drew McIntyre. I get, like, you want the reaction to him winning the title in front of a live audience, but who's to say that when we come back that anyone feels the same that they felt when they left when it comes to Drew McIntyre? If Drew McIntyre loses the match on Saturday or Sunday, whatever the fuck they put it on, if he loses, why would I be mutually, like, invested in someone that I rooted for however long, and then they shit the bed in a match because fans weren't there? Yeah. That's the reason why he lost, because the fans weren't there?
I think WWE's situation is a lot worse than AEW's. AEW's situation is more about an event, for example. You know?
True.
And in fact, there's shows.
I'm telling you right now. If you're AEW, you know the perfect time to do Blood and Guts, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you. If, and this is a huge if it works out the way that is currently floating, you do it in May at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, I think there's a real chance that pay-per-view doesn't happen, frankly. Mm-hmm. But if it did, happen, I agree with you.
It's a moot point.
Yeah.
That could be the plan, though.
No, that's part of the issue here right now is, like, I mean, like, let's be honest here, okay?
Let's be honest.
Let's be friends. The truth of the matter is, I think within the next 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks tops, we're going to be in a reality where these wrestling programs, WWE and AEW, are going to end up just being nothing but recap shows or showing matches from past pay-per-views or stuff. Because WWE is done filming now. They have filmed everything they could up until I think this past Thursday. I believe they filmed at least the week after Mania, or maybe even the week after that. I'm not positive. So they've got together what they've got together. But after that, they're not going to be able to film anywhere until, places start unlocking and letting more than 5 people get together with a ham sandwich and all that, So we're not, there's gonna be a reality in the very near future where there's not going to be new wrestling content. AEW apparently, like I said, we talked about earlier at the start of the news, AEW apparently is filming a bunch of stuff between today and tomorrow for Dynamite and for Dark. How much stuff can they possibly film though? How many talents do they have there? We don't know. How much time are they allowed to be there? How much extra time does all of this production take when you can only do it with 10 people as opposed to a crew of 50? You know what I mean? They might only be able to film enough for a couple of weeks also. And honestly, if this thing stretches out as long as it really probably will, I think we're looking at by the beginning of May not having new wrestling content for at least a month or two. I think that's a reality that we're going to end up facing, which makes it even more awkward, I feel continuing stuff right now. Because, yeah, great, Drew McIntyre wins the world title on this weekend at WrestleMania, and then, in theory, they've already filmed the night after WrestleMania, so he gets no standing ovation. Maybe, Todd Phillips or whoever the guy is. Who's the announcer right now on Raw? Is it
Tom Phillips. Tom Phillips, Byron Sexton.
It's one of these guys. It's one of these guys that went to the Michael Cole School of Broadcasting. But all I'm saying is, he stands up and claps, and Byron gives a 10 on his card, and that's our moment. And then we probably quite literally may not see Drew McIntyre with the world title or anything again for 2 months. So I don't know, it's so weird. I feel like it's such a weird situation, honestly.
It really is.
I mean, it is a weird situation. That goes without saying, but I just feel like you've booked yourself into such a catch-22, and I almost feel like people would have had more respect and more willingness to kind of put things on hold for if they had paused it. I think people would have been more open to being okay, we're not going to hate on Drew McIntyre. This isn't his fault. When things are back to normal, he gets his world title victory. We're all still going to be very excited. Now I feel like there's a real chance that Drew McIntyre's title reign is going to last 2 months, never have a single match or appearance, and then on the first Raw, when there's a live crowd, Brock Lesnar's going to just take it back.
But who's over on Raw? Who on Raw is over enough to take it immediately like that? Outside Brock.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah, that's the one thing about Seth Rollins. But assuming he's not back from his, whatever he's doing.
I have breaking news.
Go ahead.
What?
It has been formally announced that the kickoff for the TNT Championship will take place Wednesday, April 8th. The top half of the bracket has been formally announced. The bottom half of the bracket will be announced on tomorrow night's Dynamite show. The top half of the bracket was announced on Dark earlier today. The top half features Cody versus Shawn Spears in a first-round matchup, and Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara in a first-round matchup. The winner of these matches will take each other on in the semifinals, with the winner of that four-way facing the winner of the bottom half four-way in a match to determine the champion at Double or Nothing.
Oh, so Cody can't get the world title, but he can at least get the mid-title. Huh, okay. Yeah.
I think he loses to Darby.
Wait, but what you're telling me is, and this is actually fits right into the conversation that we're having, actually.
Correct. That's why I was let me segue this right now.
So they've booked a tournament that's going to happen over 2 weeks, and then we're going to wait at least a month, if not longer, to actually find out who wins the title.
It's genius, though.
Well, here's the
No,
thing.
it's fucking stupid.
Why? No, because by May you have a better idea what's going on. You still got full TV. They made look. The bottom line, they made a decision to do TV going forward. So might as well just full TV time for April. Might as well.
I mean, you have 4 first-round matchups and you have 2 semifinal matchups. You have 6 matches. They're not saying that those matches are going to be on, every. If you do one tournament match a show, you can spread the tournament out where it makes sense.
Yeah, but you've guaranteed now that you're not having that title match until the next time that you can be in front of a live crowd. And they're banking on it. They're ironically, betting on it being at Double or Nothing. But honestly, it is looking with like somewhere over the rainbow eyes at the hopes that by the end of May
23rd,
we'll be able to gather at events.
Yes.
But
I think their attitude is if this doesn't happen, we'll do on Dynamite. See, the thing with them is that unlike WWE, they don't have to cater to the pay-per-view. If it's not going to happen, then so be it. We'll just do what NXT's doing. We'll do our takeover card on our TV show. No big deal. That's the way I see it. I think they've accepted it. Go ahead, Mike.
The real question here with AEW, they're doing this tournament, okay? Fine.
Okay.
What the fuck are they going to do with the other parts of the title picture?
You mean Mox?
If we're really arrowing this into this tournament being a finals at Double or Nothing,
right?
Obviously, you can't have blood and guts at Double or Nothing because that's going to take away probably your fucking 7 biggest draws.
Yep.
Or if you do, that means you have no tag title defense, and then that leaves who the fuck does Jon Moxley fight for the title?
Yep.
MJF.
It kind of feels like we'll see tomorrow when they announce the other half of the bracket moving forward.
All I'm getting at is if you do blood and guts at the pay-per-view, your options are MJF, and MJF for the men's title, which, okay, cool, good story, guys. MJF can now go the fuck away. Women's title, you could have Shida versus Nyla Rose because no one gives a shit about that title. And then, what are you doing with the tag division? If Cowboy Bebop's in blood and guts, what are you going to do? Have, like, the Dark Order versus SCU for the 4th time?
I honestly believe that this one is not going to happen until they're cleared to do arenas. I think this is my opinion. I think AW is set to have the one.
But hold on. From your logic, if they're not going to wait till you're in an arena, why the fuck are you announcing the finals for the tournament already until you know when you can be in front of an audience?
That's what I think. That's literally the only part of this that I have a problem with, and I think that's really you've officially done the exact thing that we're talking about here, which is you're stretching things out longer than it needs to be.
Just make whoever you want to be the champion leave this closed set taping with the title.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought the whole idea of this was, and I actually thought this was a brilliant idea. Now I think it's kind of stupid.
But is it possible that maybe Vince and Tony Khan both know already, like, information from the administration that maybe they may know that?
Yes,
hey,
no.
Prepare
100%. The ghost of John Epstein, or the Juan Epstein. Who the fuck is the one that hung himself? He's not Epstein, really, but Dear Epstein's mother. There was a letter. There was a letter in his pocket, and it said, signed Epstein's mom. And it said, Dear Mr. Cotter, just so you know, all this shit will be done by May 12th.
I believe, honestly.
Feel free to book your pay-per-views after that. No, these guys don't have any fucking information. The fucking president of our country doesn't have any information. None of us know when this is going to be over. So honestly, booking things in a way where you're advertising it for when this is over is honestly really stupid.
I do think that possibly the mindset of, definitely on Tony Khan's case, that we're not going to see stadiums filled for at least 3-4 months. I think that's even if we are back to work. I think.
But then why did you just announce a finals for a title tournament for a show that you know probably isn't going to happen?
They might still keep everything on TV for now.
People are stupid.
I mean, again, we gotta give some slack here too. I mean, again, this is all on the go. Oh, it's time. This is so unprecedented. I mean, I think
it is, but like there seems like right moves to make and wrong moves. Like, look, okay, I'll say one thing. I know we're already over time. I don't care. All the rules have gone out the window, right? Because
my wife kind of cares. She wants coffee.
Right. All I'm saying is, like, you can't even use Vince as the measuring point because let's be honest, like, Vince basically has been told you can't have an audience at his shows, and he's been like, all right, we'll do a show without audiences. I'm pretty sure if you walked in the room and told Vince you can't have cameras at your shows, he would be like, all right, let's still do a show, no cameras. No audience, no cameras, only we'll be in front of it, but at least it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like that would be Vince McMahon's mindset.
Right.
I don't know what Tony Khan is thinking. All I know is you literally just advertise something as happening when the pandemic is over. And that is literally the worst advertising I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, again, I'm okay with them taping for TV for the next couple of weeks. That's fine. Have content ready to go in case they shut down.
Oh, no, I don't recall ever saying I was against that. I think that's brilliant.
Out for 8 weeks until you, like, want the payoff in front of a live audience. That's the negative. The negative is literally drawing this thing out for fucking an extra 6 weeks.
Yeah, well, if I were these companies, if I was AEW and WWE, if I was these companies, I have TNA on, I have Impact on. That's why I almost said that.
I will.
But if I were these companies, I would honestly be filming so much content that, like, the hope would be at a certain point we don't even have to use the stuff that we have filmed because we're allowed to do live shows again. But I would be trying to have as much stuff as humanly possible to just keep, bringing stuff out. But then, you know what? Like, you don't have serious storylines. Like, do them like the tribute to the troop shows. Just make them fun. You know what I mean? Make them just be like self-contained little stories, which is what I thought they were doing with this title, which is why I'm really disappointed at what they apparently are doing instead. By the way, Kid Cash looks really happy to be in Impact right now. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, next topic. I think it was Joe, right?
Yeah, we can go to me. Sure, why not? Wow, this is going to be a hard one, I feel like. Okay. Well, you know how I feel right now, obviously, from what I've been saying about these decisions that WWE is making to continue, giving us this WrestleMania that's going to be the weirdest WrestleMania of all time, if nothing else. But I'm going to say this. I kind of am enjoying what I'm referring to as the no audience era. I'm enjoying these shows because I think that they're putting wrestling into a very different perspective for me. And I think between having this extra time on my hands where I'm basically just surrounded by a cat and a dog for most of the day and watching these empty arena shows and smoking a lot of weed, I'm pretty sure I have realized that what wrestling is at heart, especially in WWE, I think even a little bit in AEW, and I think that it's made me appreciate what's going on right now. And I'm telling you, if you watch this past week's SmackDown, you will understand that it was either one of the worst shows you've ever seen or one of the best shows, and I think it's all about perspective. And I'm telling you, if you looked at it from the perspective that I'm currently looking at it from right now, you would think that it was goddamn brilliant. Because the key here is, at the very least in the case of SmackDown, maybe even in the case of Raw from last night in certain ways, WWE right now is putting on a show that is not a wrestling show. They're putting on a show that is a parody of a wrestling show. I've heard Jim Cornette say this on his podcast, and when he said it, I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then I went and watched SmackDown this past Friday, and I was like, yo, you son of a bitch, though, you're 100% right. They're doing Glow. Like, they're not doing a sporting event. They're not trying to put on, Sunday Night Football. They're not doing that. They're doing Glow. And I think this past Friday, or they're doing, to bring it into the WWE reference point, they're doing Southpaw. They're doing Southpaw Regional Wrestling. And I think if you look at SmackDown from this past week, and even if you look at Raw to a certain degree, and you look at the promos that are being cut, and the characters that are coming out, and even the storyline stuff, I mean, like, okay, let me put it like this, and I said it earlier during the WrestleMania preview. I think the Elias and Baron Corbin feud is goddamn brilliant. I think it's amazing. I think if it was happening in front of audiences, it would be the worst shit we've ever seen in our lives, featuring two rather shitty wrestlers. I think in the no audience era, where you can do things like have it look like Elias just fucking died, by being thrown off, like, the top of the scaffolding because they were looking for Sting or some shit. Like, it's goddamn brilliant, and it works, and it only works now. And I love that they're doing that. And wrestling's always been this way. I mean, wrestling has always been basically just a parody of itself. But right now, especially in this moment, when you can see how bad the acting is, and you can see how corny some of the storylines are, and you have to accept that it's all just so fucking out there. And if you're taking it too seriously, you're the one that's wrong, not wrestling. So all I'm saying is, SmackDown this past Friday was brilliant. That's technically my topic, but also, too, just so you guys know, I have figured out pro wrestling, and it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. I don't know how you respond to any of that, but feel free to.
Honestly, you're correct in everything you said there. Like, again, if you're mad at SmackDown, I mean, it's just a you problem. Just stop watching wrestling altogether. Now, I didn't watch SmackDown on Friday. I've heard some things about it. But I'm going to base what you said. I mean, hey, take what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I feel like people, and don't get me wrong, that's not all wrestling. Like, New Japan Pro Wrestling puts itself out in a way where you're supposed to take it super seriously. It's meant to be a sport. They treat it like a sport. And I enjoy that, right? I think if you're watching WWE because you want to see wrestling that's treated like a sport, you're just watching the wrong thing. And I think even AEW, you know, who originally advertised that that's what they were going to be, they're not really that, you know? But I just think that so many people get so caught up on, like, I must watch WWE because I'm a wrestling fan, and it's like, but it's also okay if you don't appreciate what they're doing, if you don't appreciate their form of wrestling. And instead people watch it and then complain and act like it's not good. It's fantastic if you just know what they're doing.
I concur.
I concur, too.
This may be one of the shortest topics we ever have. But...
Okay.
I'm okay with that, though, because, you know what, like, I feel like everyone's been shitting on SmackDown.
Well, they
right?
deserve to be shit on to some degree,
like,
but I mean, but...
It's because Vince is an easy target.
Well, they've had some decent shows.
Fans just like shitting on Vince.
To be fair, I mean, they've had some shit to shit on last, you know, in the fall and the winter, but I will say, the shows that they've done this couple weeks, not too bad. I ain't gonna lie.
No. All right, Ernest, what's your topic? Let's get the show.
There you go. Last topic of the night. I want to bring it in with old, you know, I said old school, because mine's old school, but, you know, basically, this is Mania week. I wanted to focus on the tradition and the pageantry of WrestleMania by, forget the fact that what we perceive as the best matches of all time. I want to, you guys.
Wait, hold on. We're doing matches or we're doing moments?
Either one, doesn't matter.
Excellent.
Doesn't matter. Mix up.
Because I have a list for both.
Yeah, okay, nice. So, so basically, I want to hear your guys' 5 favorite matches / moments in WrestleMania history. We've had 35 so far. It's a lot to choose from. Now, for me, of course, this will be a little more unbiased to some degree because of the fact that, as you guys know in this podcast, I took a 17-year hiatus after WrestleMania 18.
Smart.
Right? Came back, started watching after last year, WrestleMania 35. I've started to fill in the blanks here and there. So this my list, I believe in the years to come, is gonna probably change as the time goes on because I've watched some matches from the last 10 years that I would consider to be in the conversation top 5 all time in comparison to my list I have right now. So without further ado, here's my 5 right here, in no order. Okay, Macho Man Randy Savage and Ultimate Warrior WrestleMania 7. Not just a match, because first off, as you know, Warrior being known as a guy not a good worker, all that. Again, this is why Macho Man is one of the all-time greats. Being able to carry a match and made Warrior like $1 million. And remember, he lost the match. Macho lost the match in a retirement match. So him making Warrior look like $1 million. Macho looked great, of course. And of course, the moment with Liz and Macho at the end. We know the story for the build-up for 4, 5, 6 years between Liz and Macho. That was obviously a classic time. And by the way, yes, I did cry when I saw that when they reunited.
Oh, of course you did.
I'm a pussy in that way.
Reunited.
Here's a theme here. Obviously, WrestleMania 3, Hillbilly Jim and the Midgets. No, I'm joking. Macho Man Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat. Obviously, there's no really. I don't need to explain to you guys why it's top 5 for me. One of the greatest matches in the history of the business. So it goes without saying. my third one here is HBK and Undertaker for WrestleMania 25. I saw that one for the first time, of course, for the first time actually last year, because everybody was talking about it. Like, oh, it's the greatest match. I'm like, what? Better than Savage and Steve-O? Really? I was like, I couldn't believe it. Then I saw the match. I'm like, wait, why would I question HBK number one for starters? But HBK older still, better match, as good a match as Savage Steve-O? Yeah, the psychology is amazing. Just everything. I mean, the entire match was arguably is the best match of all time. You can say that. Number 4, again, not in order. HBK and Razor Ramon ladder match, WrestleMania 10.
10.
I mean, it's the card. Really, that card was really that card was horrible. Aside from this match, of course, and then maybe the Brett and Owen opener. I don't even think Brett and Yokozuna was that great, to be honest with you. But the ladder match to Razor and Shawn Michaels, of course. I mean, there's no expression there needed, of course. And my 5th one, of course, WrestleMania 13. You guys know what it is. Bret Hart, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Obviously, the changing of the guard, really, you think about it. The match that really set Austin on the way to what we know him to be as probably the greatest superstar in the history of the business. So, again, Savage.
Bret still it.
Say it again? And by the way, Bret, and by the way, kudos to Bret, man. Because, I mean, the double turn, I mean, how often do we see that in the business? I mean, all these years later. I don't think we see that as often, right? Certainly,
very rare.
Very rare. And how natural it was, too, especially. You know? I mean,
Still
who, Bret?
He's still
For what?
You never let Owen fucking get his shine. Fuck him.
Oh, in general, you mean? Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. Okay. So,
Joe, would you like to take the floor, or would you like me to take the floor?
I can take the floor if you'd like.
All right, I'll wrap up the segment with my fun stuff
you
here.
got a lot of funsies.
All right.
Mike's funsies.
Yeah, you asked for a list of 5. I'm gonna give you a list of 4.
Ooh, we got the floor.
Just better more than 3. I was gonna say just better than 3. You said 2 days ago. Good job.
I just got to 4. I'm gonna do them in reverse chronological order. Not really. So okay, I'm gonna forward it with this, and I think Mike might agree with me to a certain degree. We've been to the last 9 WrestleManias. We've mentioned this before many times. It's kind of our thing. You going to the event, having that experience, having the trip as an experience, the whole thing puts it in a different perspective. So for me, it's actually kind of hard to look back at all of the WrestleManias prior to the ones that I've actually gone to in the last few years and have the same emotional connection. So, while yes, I love, I love a lot of matches that took place at a lot of WrestleManias. I think Rock versus Austin at Mania 17 is amazing. All of that. I don't think that I had the emotional connection to any of that stuff the way that I did to stuff that I was actually in the arena for. So my list is actually all things that I was actually there for. And all but one is in the past 9 years. And I'm gonna start at number 1. I'm gonna count backwards or upwards or whatever, but my number 1, my top 1, without question, easily, hands down, most excited I've ever been at a wrestling show. I jumped up and down. I made friends with a stranger next to me. It was that kind of time. This was before the coronavirus when you could do those sorts of things. It was Seth Rollins cashing in the Money in the Bank during Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. It was at WrestleMania in San Francisco. One of the fucking most amazing things I've ever seen in my life. In a wrestling ring, on a stage, if I had to put it against my top 5 greatest sex moments, I think it still wins. It was one of the coolest moments of my life that I've ever witnessed. You can ask Mike. I'm not the kind of person that comes out of my shell very much. Even ask Craig. He's been to wrestling shows with me too. I don't jump up and down. I don't get excited. I don't scream. I'm not that person. I was fucking jumping up and down when Seth Rollins' music hit. I was fucking I'm pretty sure it was hitting Mike. And just being oh my God, it's happening. It was that kind of moment. And I will never forget
the The sick part is I called that like 3 hours before it happened.
Yes, you did.
So
Okay, so
Cassidy-
the number 2 moment that I'm gonna put here, it's in similar lines. It's when Daniel Bryan won the world title and the WWE title, I suppose. I think it was, 2 separate, I don't know, they were unified at that point, whatever. WrestleMania 30, New Orleans. That one, I think it would have hit even more if we had better seats. In case of Sarah.
At the Superdome, right?
Yes, of course. The thing is, like, again, and I always say this, like, Daniel Bryan to me represents, he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. He's easily in my top, like, 3 or 4 favorite wrestlers of all time. I remember when I went to a Ring of Honor show back in, like, 2004, specifically because he was going to be on it, and I wasn't sure how often, if I'd ever get another opportunity to see him wrestle live because he was wrestling so much in Japan at the time. So, like, I went from New York to New Jersey, again, things you could do in non-Corona times, and I went to a Ring of Honor show where there were maybe 300 people in the crowd, maybe 400, and got to see Bryan Danielson wrestle. And, I saw him at an Evolve show once in New Jersey. I spent way too much time in New Jersey for independent wrestling. But, I went to an Evolve show once in Jersey where there was a grand total of probably like 70 people in the building, in the audience and stuff. We might have actually had enough people in that building at that time to be in the CDC's, like, okay list right now. That's how few people were in that audience. But I got to see Daniel Bryan wrestle there, and then to see him in front of, what was it, like 70,000 people, 80,000 people, whatever the number was, winning the world title over Randy Orton and Batista after having beaten Triple H earlier in the night. I mean, it's like an independent wrestling fan's wet dream booking fantasy. Like, you've probably played that out in Extreme Warfare Revenge, and you never thought that would actually happen in real life. That's what that was, and I loved it, and that's my number 2 moment. My number 3 moment is not one that I actually love. I'm gonna be honest. It's not one of my favorite moments. In hindsight, I don't think that it was, like, the greatest thing, but kind of like living through life, like right now, like, like we're living through history, and you kind of have to, even though it sucks a little bit, even though we're all a little extra stressed out, and, kind of not, like, life is just not normal, you do have to, like, stop and think, look around for a moment and be like, wow, like we are living through history, and this is kind of going to be unforgettable. That explains my number 3 WrestleMania moment, and that is when Brock beat The Undertaker. I didn't love it. I'm not a fan, I wasn't a fan of it. If I had been watching it on TV at home, I think I probably would be shitting all over it and not ever want to defend it. But being in that building, and this is what I mean, where it's like I feel like I'm like a PSA for when wrestling shows are a thing again, like, buy tickets and go, being in that building, feeling that eeriness, feeling that calm, that, like, everyone was shocked and no one knew how to react. Like I literally remember our entire section of people, like, it was, okay, that moment in church, and I don't go to church. Last time I walked into a church, it burned. But that moment in church when they're like, you're turning to people you don't know, and you're supposed to be like, peace be with you, yada, yada, yada. Like, it was like that. Like, you were turning to people, like, 3 seats down from you who you've never met in your life, and they were like, nah, man, but that didn't really just happen, right? Like you were experiencing this surreal as fuck moment. And I mean, it can't not be on the list for me. Just, again, for being there,
Real quick.
And my number 4.
Real quick, before you go to 4.
My number 4, my final
Joe,
one.
real quick, before you go.
Huh?
Wait, Joe, real quick, before you go real quick.
Yeah.
I couldn't be the only one that predicted Brock to win that match, right? You guys, I'm sure, predicted that, right? Were you guys that shocked?
I was shocked.
I was not.
I didn't think there was
shocked.
a chance in hell he was winning the title.
No, the title. I'm talking about the Taker match.
I didn't think there was a chance in hell Brock was winning that match.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, same. No, I was beyond shocked.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so my fourth one, this is my last one. And this one, again, it's a WrestleMania that I actually was at. It was my very first WrestleMania. It's not one of the ones that Mike and I have been to.
Not 9, huh? Not 9? No? Okay.
No, I was. What the fuck?
I know, I'm being funny.
Why the fuck would I, as a 9-year-old,
I'm joking.
have been in Las Vegas
Hey, man.
Diva.
Yeah.
at WrestleMania?
Toga.
What kind of family do you think I had?
I don't know. Toga.
Anyway. Jesus. Anyway. No, WrestleMania 10 was actually the first WrestleMania I ever went to. You know, it was at Madison Square Garden.
Did you go to 10?
That's probably... Yeah, I was at 10. My aunts took me to that. It was my Christmas gift. I'll never forget it. Anyway, fun story. So they got me tickets for Christmas for WrestleMania 10, Madison Square Garden. The tickets themselves had not come yet in the mail. So my aunt just kind of makeshift made tickets to wrap up and put in a card. So she gives it to me on Christmas, and I've opened up all my other gifts and stuff. And then, the last thing you get is a card, and you're 9 years old, and when someone hands you a card, you're just like, okay, yay, I guess, I don't know. So I open it, and there's pieces of paper in it. I don't even look at them. I'm just like, oh, thank you, whatever. And my aunt's like, did you see what it is? And I was like, I don't know, bonds? Because, they were just 4 pieces of white paper, whatever. So she was like, no, go look. And it was fucking tickets to WrestleMania 10. And that was easily one of the best Christmas gifts ever. I love you, and Ellen. And Aunt Debbie. Anyway, oh God, I hope they're not listening. I've admitted to smoking so much weed. Anyway,
number 4.
My number 4 is from WrestleMania 10, and it's Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon. I guess I'll just say it's the match, but if I'm being perfectly honest, I very vividly remember seeing Shawn Michaels' ass during that match. I think that, the side of the audience that I was sitting on was the side that got, just the full moon view when Razor pulled his tights down. And that's always stuck with me. And I guess that's why I should have always known I was gay. But here we are.
Okay. Vernier.
I don't know how the hell I'm going to talk that.
You're not going to. You're not going to. Just push it aside.
All right, so we'll make my thing.
I too have wondered how I can get a chance to top Shawn Michaels' ass, and I still do not know the answer.
Hey guys, keep talking. I'm picking my phone. Keep talking. I'm picking my phone real quick.
Okay, my top 5 moments. We'll go moments first, then I'll do matches to end it, so Ernest can hear my matches. Because my moments are similar to Joe's. Number 5, I have what we thought was the end of The Undertaker's career. The folding of the jacket, the hat, and it being in the middle of the ring, and that symbolic moment where it was goodbye. I'm very honest in myself, and I cried that night because I was very upset that I thought that was the final time we were going to see The Undertaker wrestle, and now I got hoodwinked by Vince McMahon for the 93rd time. Tomfoolery and shenanigans and all the bamboozleness. Screw that shit. Number 4, I have the, I'm going to say I'll probably take the Zack Ryder winning the title at, Dallas in the ladder match. That was cool because that was the first match that we were in our seats for. So I'll always remember that because that stadium was fucking awesome. Number three, it has to be Brock breaking the streak. I think I cried that one too.
Yeah.
Number 2, I have Daniel Bryan winning the world title at that same Mania. That's the only thing that saved that Mania because that was going to fucking die a fiery death.
Yeah.
And my favorite moment at a WrestleMania, of course, is the heist of the century. It is Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank and winning the world title.
Yes. We agree on that one, obviously.
Yeah, we rocked out that night to Seth Rollins' theme 13 times. So.
And as far as I go, as far as WrestleMania moments and everything, greatest match of all time, Ernest, Savage and Steamboat. Probably the coolest moment, because I was a kid when it happened, was Hogan slamming Andre, beating Andre for the title. WrestleMania 3 might still be the greatest WrestleMania of all time. Wrong. And one of the coolest things about ever going to WrestleMania was going to New Orleans, sitting on the floor about 40 rows from the ring for $40.
You're wrong about WrestleMania 3. You're wrong. That show sucked.
What?
That show was terrible.
And the greatest match of all time.
Wrong. WrestleMania 10 ladder match better than Steamboat Savage. Okay, and what other match did it have? It had a 16-minute Andre Hogan match where it took him longer to get down to the ring. Andre couldn't wrestle because his hips were gone. He jumped into the body slam. It was all a fucking spoof. That match sucked. That match was trash. Hogan's a dick. Fuck him.
All right, and I was 12.
Hogan's a prick.
And Hulk Hogan was everything back then.
Fuck Hulk Hogan. He's a prick. I know. It's okay, though. I'm a heel, and I know that. Is Ernest back so I can let him listen to the greatest 5 matches in WrestleMania history?
I don't know.
Because he really needs to hear these so that he can enjoy them with us.
Yeah.
I don't want all this dead air because I really want Ernest's rapid reaction to these.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna have to jump off the call in 2 seconds myself anyway.
Clock, Ernest.
Oh, and also seeing The Miz and taking a picture with him and taking a picture with Braun Strowman in the airport after New Orleans was pretty damn cool.
Yeah, you got all the cool stuff that trip. I didn't get any of that trip. Is Ernest back yet?
I don't think so.
God damn it, because I really wanted to see some of his reactions to these matches, because these are all-time classics, Joe. You know it. You saw my list. Great matches. You know, I had to leave off some really good matches to get to this list. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear Logan, I think. Oh, is that Ernest?
Both.
Okay, so you missed my moments. My moments were very similar to Joe's. You missed my spirited debate with Craig, which you can go back and listen to when you edit. So I want to run down my list of my 5 matches right now. I put a lot of work into this. Joe knows it. I want your reaction to it. No specific order. Number 1, I have Jake the Snake Roberts versus Rick the Model Martel in a blindfold match.
Ooh, underrated.
Thought that was a great one. Number 2, One Man Gang versus Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania 4 as part of the title tournament.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Number 3, Bad News Brown versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan at WrestleMania 5.
Ooh.
Number 4, I have Billy Jim versus Billy Jack Hayes at WrestleMania 3.
That's an all-time classic.
And honestly, the greatest match in WrestleMania history, the Hart Foundation versus the Bolkovich at WrestleMania 6. It had great timing. The match had everything it needed from a start to a finish. It lasted all 17 seconds.
Yeah.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
Didn't Brett go to the crowd, to the camera, 1, 2, 3, bragging, the way he pinned one of the Bolsheviks?
Probably.
Yeah.
So if you couldn't tell, that was a complete,
I know, of course.
Complete parody because those matches
to
all
be honest with you, but I didn't hate the first one, though. Martel and Jake.
Jake versus the Model, yeah. I kind of put that one in just because the gimmick was stupid, but the match itself was actually good.
It was a great build too. That feud was really cool.
With arrogance, yes, I agree.
And do you have moments also, or?
I already did my moments.
Okay,
You're gonna just have to go back and listen to the.
All right, yeah, I had to pick the kid up.
It was the cash-in, Brian, Brock, Zack Ryder winning the Intercontinental title in the ladder match at Texas, and Undertaker's what we thought was his retirement.
By the way, he's lost 2 matches in WrestleMania, right? Since?
Yes, he's now 2-2.
That's what a slacker.
All right, MVP, so we can wrap this thing.
I'll go first. My MVP, Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Look, everybody gives him shit all the time, but you know what? He's here to entertain us, and I you know what? I thank you, Vince, for still being able to entertain us, even though we give you shit all the time for some decisions you make or don't make. You know what? You still want to entertain your fans, and for that, I thank you. You know, you should postpone WrestleMania, but it still happened this weekend, so whatever.
Joe?
I'm giving mine to Michael Cole because he's been comedy gold on SmackDown, and I hate the man. And obviously, when I've listening to him in 2012 and 2011 is the shit. But honestly, Nikki Cross tried to hug him, and he started screaming social distancing, and that was the funniest thing I've seen on TV all week. So,
my MVP goes to this. I guess he thinks Michael Cole's the best commentator right now. I think this person is the best commentator going in the business right now. She is also one half of the Raw and SmackDown Women's Tag Team Champions. I'm going to pick Asuka.
Yes!
She is fucking great.
She's adorable. I love her. She's adorable.
So, yeah, those are the MVPs. Vince McMahon, Michael Cole, and Asuka.
Yeah.
And my MVP goes to Kevin Durant's mom. She's the real MVP.
That's true. That's true.
KD's mom.
Well, I guess next thing you hear from us will be post WrestleMania, as we will recap the show. You can follow Mike on Twitter, of course, at They Call Me Burn, BERN. You can follow Joe on Twitter at go fuck yourself, of course. I'm on Twitter at EatChristian7. So, fellas, enjoy the rest of the week, Wrestling Week. Enjoy AEW tomorrow. Enjoy Mania as much as you can.
Yeah, let's go.
Oh yeah, you got a podcast this week? Oh no, you two.
I got to put up the 2 parts. We did 2 parts. We did 2011. We have started to watch 2012. So yeah, 2012 a lot better than 2011. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. All right, for Mike, for
Cool.
Joe, for Craig, of course, that came in early. Ernest Christian, and
Later,
until
buddy.
next time, see ya. Be safe.
Okay.
Bye.